While many other Gothic horror novels are stuffy and predictable, Bram Stoker's Dracula progresses the style to go beyond the conventional. Dracula has been long-lasting and successful because there are many underlying themes to the novel. As Stoker follows the style of Gothic horror, he includes the elements of repressed sexuality to add another layer of depth. This adds a sense of intricacy that is admirable. Repression is a desire or thought that is derived from the id acting upon the pleasure principle. The superego and ego work together to suppress these unwanted thoughts and impulses. When the id cannot express itself, a person can exhibit some signs of struggle within their psyche. Three of these signs are exhibited in the novel: desire, helplessness, and denial. The first sign of repression, unsolicited desire, is illustrated through Harker's interaction with Dracula's daughters. The interaction focused on the sexual nature of the female vampires and Harker's strong desire for them to kiss him. Even the word kiss, used to describe the bite, adds a sexual connotation. Harker recounts, "There was something about them that made me uneasy, some longing and at the same time some deadly fear. I felt in my heart a wicked, burning desire that they would kiss me with those red lips. It is not good to note this down, lest some day it should meet Mina's eyes and cause her pain, but it is the truth." Harker describes his primitive desire and attraction to these vampires. This may come from his repressed sexual feelings to Mina, his fiancée, who he cannot have sexual relations with until they are married. This is because, at the time the novel was written, premarital sex was condoned. Helplessness is displayed by Mina, because her sexuality is being repressed by the social constructs of women at the time. Mina speaks about wanting to be a new woman, who has control over her own life on many different levels. These thoughts that Mina has are repressed, and she is helpless because she cannot become this new woman that she idolizes. This is because at the time the novel was written, women were supposed to listen to their husbands and be nothing like this new woman. Mina throughout the novel is either looked upon as the mother figure to console the men, or as the little girl. She cannot break through these chains and instead represses these feelings, only showing them when she talks about wanting to be this new woman. This is significant because she exhibits helplessness, which is a sign of repression. This adds a level of complexity to the novel that makes it so successful. The final symptom of repression, denial, is exhibited by the male characters when they cannot believe the transition from the pure Lucy into a sexualized vampire. Lucy begins to be described more sexually, and this baffles the male characters. Stoker uses the word voluptuous to describe Lucy, which is defined as suggesting sensual pleasure by fullness and beauty of form. When the men find Lucy, she tells her husband Arthur that she is hungry for him. This example of diction adds yet another sexual connotation that adds to the male character's denial. Additionally, when Quincy sees Lucy in her new, overly sexualized manner, he exclaims, "Great Scott, is this a game?" These instances support the fact that, on the surface, it may appear that the male characters are in denial that Lucy is a blood-sucking monster, but when, looking deeper, they are actually in denial of her sexuality. This transition from an innocent girl to this voluptuous vampire causes denial, a key sign of sexual repression in the male characters. This scene adds yet another layer to the novel that sets it apart from other simplified Gothic horrors. The outcome at the end of the novel is not very fulfilling. The men do end up killing Lucy, the three vampire women, and Dracula, and in some people's minds, this is a successful ending. However, if you look deeper, the men have killed all symbols of sexuality in the novel. In this sense, the men have all failed. They did not have the pinnacle moment where their sexuality was released from its prison of the unconscious mind. The internal conflicts are very much left unsolved. Overall, the novel explores the element of repressed sexuality throughout the novel, and this is what makes the novel a success, more than the story itself. It is refreshing compared to the incomparable, simplistic Gothic horrors, which are very difficult to read. I hope you have enjoyed my analysis on Dracula and its underlying themes of the repression of sexuality, and how it made this novel, specifically, very successful in comparison to other Gothic horrors of its time